Good morning. The Chairperson of Council, other members of Council, Vice-Chancellor Dr. Prince Nevutalu, and members of the Executive Management of CPUT, Deans of Faculties, academic and administrative staff, distinguished guests, family and friends of the graduates, ladies and gentlemen, and finally, good morning, graduates. What a perfect day for a mass celebration. It is a great pleasure to address you at this graduation of the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, and I would like to thank the University and the Vice-Chancellor for the invitation. World Design Capital 2014 year was jam-packed with extraordinary design activities that celebrated the values and the impact of design and innovation in everyday life. Its tagline, Live Design, Transform Life, will continue to be relevant as we look towards 2015 and beyond, highlighting how the people from the most southern tip of Africa use their creativity daily to bring about change and transformation. But today, I want to use this opportunity not to focus on the skills you have been trained for, the design discipline you have been trained to excel in, but to rather look at the underlying skill set you have developed because of design. Most of us know that art is about self-expression, but I often wonder how many people understand that design is about improving the life standards of people. But it's also about business, and it's about understanding how to use your creative skills to impact in a business, on a product, to add value to an environment, a system, and even in services in sectors like banking, transport, and healthcare. Today we are more knowledgeable to also understand that a great designer, innovator, and entrepreneur have a common thread. They always take care of the triple bottom line, people, planet, and the environment. No matter the industry you are trained for, in my opinion, the following skill set reflects the characteristics and qualities of any great designer and entrepreneur, and I would like to invite the graduates to continue to develop these skills. A great designer is an effective communicator of ideas, has great people skills, and a high level of sensory awareness towards environments, communities, and cultures different to their own. They are strategic and analytical thinkers who tackle a variety of problems with dedicated focus on a daily basis. Holistic thinking is second nature and allows them to understand the bigger picture with enough insight to also understand the smaller parts thereof. And for your lecturers, it's a great win if they can teach you insight, perseverance, optimism, and the guts to take calculated risks. And given your mindset and your attitude towards life and work itself, it will be your passion for design that will take you to greater heights. And I often wonder how many people can honestly say that their job is their passion, and I believe designers are extremely fortunate in that way. No matter what you design, you have the power and the responsibility to bring about change in the way people think, behave, socialize, travel, dress, and buy. Remember, it's always about people. Having an in-depth and authentic understanding of their needs, their likes and their dislikes, and even their aspirations and their environments are some of the most valuable assets you as a designer can have. And if you are someone that's serious about becoming a change maker, then design thinking presents you with a new landscape of endless opportunities. The process is far more engaging, it's people-focused, and it gives you an opportunity to engage with people in a much more powerful way. It's collaborative and impactful on a far greater scale than the design that's been previously perceived as only being about aesthetics and about producing more marketable and user-friendly products. I'm a qualified designer, textile designer and educator, and I never spent a day in my life in the textile industry. I'm also a proud alumni of CPUT, and the skills that I developed because of my studies in textile design at this university really had a profound impact in my life, and it also empowered me to shape my own future. So once I realized how I could use my skills in other meaningful ways, I literally hit the road running and looking for opportunities and even creating new ones where there were none. So in my preparation for this talk today, I actually realized for the first time that I've only been driving startups and pilots for the last 11 years. And I can promise you, those things don't come with a blueprint or with a manual. So I've become pretty much good at starting something from absolutely nothing, being extremely resourceful with very little, and strategic in my approach. And I promise you, this is very life-consuming, but passion is definitely the driving force behind it all. And like my dad always said, busyness keeps you out of trouble. So if there are any troublemakers amongst you, I would advise you to give it a shot. I would love to quickly share with you the beginnings of my journey for two reasons. One, so that you can understand the power of the knock-on effect. And secondly, so that you, for me, looking in hindsight, understand how the projects, each project became a very important building block to start moving to the next level and to start realizing a much greater reality. So it all started in the 90s, a very small group of us, 3 to be exact. We approached the National Department of Basic Education. We wanted to convince them that teaching design and teaching art are two very different animals. And we were trying to convince them that design should be an independent subject at school with its own curriculum. It took us 9 years. And we finally achieved what we wanted to achieve, because in 2006, the very first national design curriculum was rolled out into South African schools that wanted to teach design. But, of course, this also created a longer list of challenges. There were no support materials or textbooks available, and no training for educators to equip them to teach design. So in 2004, I approached Woolworths and the Western Cape Department of Education to support a new venture that could potentially support the new curriculum. And shortly thereafter, Woolworths appointed me as the design education specialist and the concept and content developer of the new program, Making a Difference Through Design. Now, a big part of this program consisted out of a 600-page full-color resource manual featuring 86 case studies of top designers in South Africa. And the manual was not only there to give content and to support the curriculum, but it also became a vital vehicle for us to create local role models in South Africa and to create pride in South African products. And it also gave the educators and the learners the opportunity to learn from some of the best that our country has to offer. We approached each case study individually, giving the designer the opportunity to share a design brief that they received from the client. And that also gave the designer the opportunity to talk us through how they interpreted the design brief, what the design process was that they used, and the final impact of this project, with the hope that through repetition, the educators and the learners will learn more about the design process and also learn more about the world of design. So eventually the program was piloted in the Western Cape to 121 schools, and by the end of 2007 we launched it in KwaZulu-Natal as well as in Gauteng, giving us a total number of 400 schools participating in the program and an estimated average of about 18,000 kids throughout South Africa being exposed to the world of design. In 2009, the Making the Difference to Design program was nominated and eventually acknowledged as a finalist in the prestigious Index Awards. Now, for some of you who don't know what the Index Awards is, it is the biggest design award in the world. So for this program's content and the impact of this program to be acknowledged on the world stage was truly an amazing achievement for design education and for South Africa. In 2010, I was approached to act in an advisory capacity to develop the second design curriculum for schools, which is currently active throughout South Africa. And shortly thereafter, the publishers of Future Managers approached me to start producing the very first design textbook, starting with grade 10. And towards 2013, in my capacity as contributing editor with a very smart team of authors, we finally completed this trilogy. And I'm very happy to say that these textbooks are being used nationwide at the moment. Today my focus is looking at how can we actually, or can we actually design a future workforce that's better equipped to tackle future challenges with confidence and with productivity. And I really honestly believe that this can be designed. if we really want to, well, the way I would approach that is the same way we would approach any design brief. As you know, with a design process, you can't just start in the middle of the process or at the end of the process. So what is the start of the design process? To develop a future workforce, if we want to have a sustainable and effective result. And in my opinion, it is to start at early childhood development. So at the moment, we are looking at how can we use our creative skills to design creative activities and tools that can empower every child with core life skills. And can you just imagine the impact that would have on the development of every child's academic performance and their personal development? Currently, I'm the project manager and the program director of Open Design Cape Town Festival. In only 2 short years since the pilot in 2013, the Open Design Cape Town Festival is positioned as the leading showcase of how the genius of innovative social design, service design, universal design, and sustainable design can improve and transform the lives of people in South Africa and in Africa. Through Open Design Cape Town Festival, a human-centered approach has gained a firm place on the calendar of International Design Weeks. The 12-day festival celebrates the values and impact of design and innovation as key drivers of economic, environmental, and social development. It is an interactive platform that attracts participants from across diverse demographics. The festival program is designed to educate and empower the youth, develop human capital, nurture leaders, and activate responsive citizens. Its ultimate aim is to build a future generation of entrepreneurs who use design and innovation to gain and maintain their competitive edge, but also to use these skills to drive socio-economic change within their own communities and cities. This is a vital part of developing a culture of design that embraces innovation and entrepreneurship and will increase social cohesion, economic development, and nation building, creating an inclusive, accessible, and sustainable communities and cities. So I'm really excited to tell you that we're busy preparing for the 3rd edition of Open Design that will happen this coming August, and I really hope that you will join the Open Design community and movement. For the graduates of today, hard work, commitment, passion, and the drive to achieve your ultimate best have culminated into this day. We salute your efforts and perseverance, but remember, the world presents to you a landscape of endless opportunities way beyond the sector that you've been trained for. Learn how to generate your own power. Use it wisely, and always apply and execute it with the utmost integrity and authenticity. Be the future leaders, trendsetters, and innovators. Take the responsibility to bring about change and always strive to design towards a world that's inclusive and accessible to all and not just to an exclusive few. Congratulations again, and I wish you very well for a great future.